Hello Scorpio, great to have you here. My name is Shauna. Today's reading is a general love forecast. As always, take the messages that resonate and release anything that doesn't. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay connected with upcoming readings. Let's see what's headed your way, Scorpio. I feel like the energy for this month is going to depend a lot on your demeanor, your communication, and how you carry yourself. And what that means is I feel like if in the past you were not sure of your capabilities, this is the month in which your self-confidence is being restored, your ability to carry yourself, your ability to stand behind the things that you believe and the things that you say, and you have to carry yourself with an air of authority in order to succeed for this month. Okay, so if in the past you've been kind of wavering, not really sure where you stand, not really sure of your capabilities, this is the month where those things are not going to be questioned, where people will not, step all over you. And this is the month where a lot of career success and new opportunities will be on the table for you. I feel some of you are shifting into a big job, okay? Big position for those who are not leaving the existing organization, and then others looking around, trying to figure out, is there another place for me to be? Is there a position opening up that I can slip myself into? I'm also sensing as well in the current work situation, a lot of you have forged alliances or have friendships. And the people that you get along with really well, some of them are looking at other opportunities. So I feel like some people are going to be leaving the current work situation, people that you really like. They're moving on to bigger, better things, and they are also inspiring you to do the same. So I feel like this is a big month where we're kind of casting a wider net when it comes to, opportunities out there. And I feel like the status quo is really not going to satisfy you anymore. So you're going to be looking elsewhere. You're going to be looking at new opportunities to be coming in. What I'm also feeling as well is it feels to me as if finances will be getting better and better. Coming of financial obstacles, okay? So if you're spending a lot of money, or if you had a lot of expenditures that kind of caught up with you and you were feeling this financial crunch, this situation is going to lift itself by the leaving your hands. Don't worry about it. You can rebuild yourself. You are a sign of transformation. So I feel like you can't really get back to the top and, reinvent yourself until things until old paradigms, old ways have to be left behind in order for you to reinvent and resurge from the ashes. So I feel that this is the month that will provide the portal or the pathway for you to do that. I feel like this financial prosperity is really going to help your relationship as well, okay? What I mean is I'm seeing a lot of people spending a lot of money on to fix relationships, to fix marriages, spending a lot of money. And in a way, the relationship sector has really stressed you out. For some of you, it could be on the part of the partner, they're doing it deliberately. For others of you, it's just finances are greatly tied in with your partner. And so this new surge in money is really going to help the relationship sector. It's not going to, it won't make things completely better. It won't resolve everything. But with the financial prosperity, I feel like you're less stressed out. You have a lot more certainty and clarity, and you are also investing in your partner. Okay, so if in the past things haven't been great in the relationship sector, this is the month where things can turn around, and the burdens in the relationship is kind of uplifted. And I feel like the process is coming through mainly because you have one less thing to worry about. If before you were trying to take care of your finances or your practical responsibilities and you were stressed out, this financial windfall, it's going to smooth out other areas of your life, and at least it's just one less thing for you to worry about. Needless to say, I also feel like, you've been through some difficulties in the past, and a lot of changes are happening for you. The past 3 months was about changes that have not been good. They needed to be left behind. So I feel like this next 3 months phase of change, so, November, implementing and good opportunities overall. Okay. So let me just go into this reading here. I always get like emails from subscribers or viewers, and they say that why are the cards so, always reverse? Reverse cards are not always bad. It depends, okay? So within the tarot deck, there are 78 cards, and reverse cards for certain cards, for example, this one. Reverse cards can be returning back to a situation that is not good for you. Or it's something you thought was done and over with. You don't have to worry about it. It's making a comeback. So in that way, this card can be bad. And then in other ways, this can be a very, very good card. This is basically taking a break from something, a repose from something. And in the reverse position, I feel like, you're in a position where you can implement things, where you don't have to wait on decisions from other people anymore, and you're making a move. So this spread for me is a lot about your energy, and some of you are kind of like ahead of the wave and you're trying to make positive changes in your life. Others of you are still caught up in some legal issues and that you need to resolve. Okay, so let me just go into the reading. This is a new job. This is the epitome of a new job, a new financial offer that is made available for you. I feel for many of you, you have wrapped up old projects. You have wrapped up something that you invested a lot of time and a lot of energy in. It was like a year-long project, a 5-year-long project, something that provided a lot of, I want to say, it was kind of like your love child. You had trouble leaving it behind. And because the project is wrapped up, you're now in a position where there's that, work vacuum or finance vacuum or professional vacuum, and new opportunities are given to you to fill in that vacuum. So many of you I do feel overall that, this new job is going to allow you to kind of look at your life. Where have I been letting things slip? Where have I not been, on top of things? Where have finances gotten out of control? Where have I procrastinated on paying things that I needed to pay, such as bills, such as even I do sense collection agencies calling you. I do feel like this kind of like black cloud hanging over you. This, I want to say like a big debt that you owe, but you never properly sat down and itemize it and figure out how much it is that you actually owe. So many of you coming through this thing that's been hanging over you, and it's finance related. So because of it, I feel like once you take care of it, you're going to really know that, oh, I actually don't have a lot of money left, so I need to be a little bit more careful with my spending. So the time to be extravagant and the time to, kind of like overestimate how much money you have, that's done and over with. The time to kind of be very lax with your spending, that's also done and over with. So moving into this month, you're going to be a lot more methodical, be a lot more, I want to say, careful about your spending, and you're building things from scratch. So I feel like this whole spread indicates to me that whatever financial, outpouring, money that you had to give out to institution, either to take care of a business license, either to take care of, some legal issue, such as child support, alimony, taxes, past due things, collection agencies, if they have something that they're kind of like waving over your head, I feel that you are no longer taking it easy. You couldn't just sit and pray that it's going to go away anymore. You had to make a move, and many of you have done it because you are expecting that your future is going to look a lot more prosperous. So you have the means to take care of all this so that, that cloud goes away and then you can move on to the point where you can start to rebuild your future. The Ace of Swords usually indicates a victory. This is kind of overcoming something triumphantly. So if you've had legal issues that have really bogged you down, that have really bothered you, or legal issues that became very messy and tangled, many people are involved, and you had to wait and wait and wait on decision. The decision is coming in, and there's going to be legal contracts signed in your conditionally. So that means, they might tell you, so we're going to accept you, but we have some background checks, or we have some other things that we need you to sort out first before we can take you on board with this new company or this new job. I feel like the investigation or the internal paperwork, legal paperwork, is going to get clear up. It is going to be in your favor, and it's also going to allow you to transition into a new job or into a new position very, very smoothly. Okay, many of you are flirting with possibly doing two jobs. So this is juggling two obligations, two responsibilities. Okay, and one of it is like a regular 9-to-5 job. The Ace of Pentacles is usually a job that is very stable, very consistent. So it could be a regular 9-to-5 job where you are, working under somebody. And then the Nine of Pentacles, this is usually self-employment, home-based business, dictating your own hours, being able to, being able to, come and go as you please, because I feel some of you are even juggling these two things. Juggling your main job and trying to figure out how you're going to be able to create income and money on the side. So I do feel a lot of people, dabbling in multiple arenas when it comes to income generating opportunities. Some of you might have a main job, a side gig, and the side gig, if it has been slow, if you're not making a lot of money from it within the past 3 months and you were getting scared, so you had to shift into stable employment, I feel the stable employment is going to help ground you, and as a result, the side gig, the self-employment opportunities will start to come to fruition. We'll start to see a lot of success, and will also bear fruit for you. Okay, so this Ace of Swords lying right underneath the self-employment card. I do feel things coming together, solidifying, and financial prosperity trickling in for you guys from now until even. All of these 6 cards indicate to me the same theme: triumph over legal issues, not having anything on your background that's really going to hold you back when it comes to employment, or, getting a loan, for example, not having, blemishes on your even credit history, on your credit record, being able to repair credit, your credit worthiness. So you're no longer considered a high risk. So if you're looking to get, even a loan, a mortgage, or something like that, you're going to be able to approach this without a problem. Okay, so a lot of things that are, if you've been worried about them, they're going to alleviate for you. Okay, and it requires that you take initiative to get out and fix it and get out and do it. But once you do it, you're going to realize that it's not that bad. It's like you were in this state where you were inundated with a lot of fears, a lot of responsibilities, and so you're just like, I'll do it another day, I'll do it another day, I'll do it, another time, I'll do it next month. And they're kind of telling you, no, you can't really procrastinate on it anymore. Many of you have taken care of things. Others of you are still kind of like finally getting out of bed and, going to see a financial advisor or something like that, going to the bank to see, what is my credit looking like? What upper limits in terms of loans do I qualify for? So at least you're getting answers. And so once you have these answers, laying the strategy in order to get you where you are right now to where you need to be, that is a Scorpio, I feel like, strength. Okay, so once you know what the situation entails, getting yourself from here to this place where you are triumphant, that's not really going to be a problem. It's just in this state where you have a lot more fears and you're making like mountains out of molehills, that's where it's dangerous. But you're going to be able to get out of this, and you're going to be moving into a new phase where there is a lot more financial prosperity. Okay, self-employed people, change is coming. Good news will be coming in, but it's going to require a lot of hard work from your end. Okay, it's not going to be just coasting by, but I feel that you have the patience and the endurance and the intelligence as well to make it a success. Okay, so let me talk about these 4 cards. This is basically something that is done and over with, and we're moving into a new phase. We're turning a new leaf. We're trying to reinvent ourselves, and we're trying to let go of patterns that we have succumbed to in the past that are no longer good for us. So because the death card is representative of you, this is like something that is internal. It's not something external to you. It's something very internal. And I do feel there is this element about many of you where you're kind of figuring out, I do feel patterns of relationships, okay? Patterns in relationships. Where have I not taken care of my partner, or where have I given way too much of myself and my partner didn't take care of me? So those things, you're coming into a major awakening and a major epiphany about that. And this was something in the right direction. There's still possibly some financial holdups that's preventing you to make this clean leap of faith, or this clean, charging right ahead into a new chapter of your life. But this is the month where things are very final. Things are just like, okay, that's done. I need to move on. And I also feel as well, big projects wrapping up. Okay, so when we talk about a phase of life, we're not just talking about, oh, I was at this job for 5 years, I'm ready to move on to something else, because that's already coming out early on in the spread. I feel like a phase of life basically means, where have you kept yourself very stuck? Where have you prayed that things would get better slowly and slowly? And rather than, kind of like resigning yourself to the fact that this is too hard. If it's that hard, it's not meant for me. Rather than just, cutting ties, I feel many of you, failure for you is not really an option. So when there are obstacles, you kind of get into this stance where you're just like, no, it has to work out. It has to work out. It has to work out. And then you kind of beat your head against a brick wall, and hoping for things to change, hoping for things to get better. And this is the month where you're just like, you know what? I'm going to focus on my sanity. I'm going to focus on me. And I'm going to focus on things that I actually have control over. And so you're making a major transformation in your life, where whatever you've been doing in the past that was out of sheer stubbornness, it was out of sheer of failure, it was out of fear of not being able to move on. I feel like this is the month where you are going to move on. You are going to make a decision. This is a card here about, feeling like we don't have all the information, feeling like things can go one or make a move until I have those clear signs that things are either going to get really good or things are going to get a lot worse. So I feel like you were stuck in this position for quite some time. And this is the month where information, clarity, discussions, important news and information will be coming in for you to make a choice. And once again, I feel like if you've had some type of, if you've had a lot of financial hangups, you're overcoming that. You're getting news from that, and you're going to be able to free yourself from this, okay? And then on top of that, if you've had a lot of doubts about, is my business going to take off? Am I going to be prosperous? You're going to get some confirmation that it's going to be really well worth it, so that you should continue to invest in it, okay? So some of you are still at this state where you're kind of like doing the same things over. It's going to work, okay? So try something new. Try to be bold. Make some changes. Geographical location changes would also be very, very good for you. I do see many of you, the household situation, for example, if you've been living in a place where you're just like, I want change, I want to shift gears, I want to be in a new place where, there's new energy, you're going to have an opportunity to come in, that will allow you to do that. And then for others of you too, I do sense that, this energy here about leaving the past behind, you really need to do it, okay? Learn from the past and move on from it, all right? So Scorpios, I'm really happy to see this for you. You are in your element this month. I also feel as well, legal issues, they are going to end up in your favor, okay? And I also see you investing a lot now because of financial, prosperity that's going to be coming in. You're projecting into the future, and you're just like, okay, if I'm softwares, doing budgets for yourself, itemizing things, excuse me, itemizing things like how much am I spending on gas? How much am I spending on rent? Like having everything itemized so that you know how much you're spending, how much money you're able to save. And once you get that on paper, the whole budgeting process, the whole financial management process is not going to be so difficult anymore. Okay, so for some reason I just feel like Scorpios are usually very good with money, but I feel like we're dealing with some of you that might have a lot of air placement. Air as in, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Air signs, air rising, air sign moon, where you kind of let your money slip away from you. Okay, and I don't feel like it's extravagant spending. I just feel like it's lack of financial management. So this is the month where I see a lot of you opening up your computer, opening up that Excel file, calculating things, writing things down. And I feel like in the process of having everything kind of like at your fingertips, you're just like, oh, this is not that bad. This is actually kind of fun. So you're going to be doing that this month. And I feel like it's going to be providing you with a brand new outlook. Okay. Happy to see this for you. I wish you all the best for your birthday. I'll be right back for your love reading.